Good morning to you from Saranda, Albania. Oh man, we have a long 2 days ahead of us to head back to the US. Right now we're about to catch a bus to go to Tirana, which is about 5 hours, which I recorded in a previous video. 1 second. Backpack's falling down. And we're hopping on a SkyUp Airlines flight to Kiev, spending the night in Kiev, and then flying from Kiev to Istanbul, Istanbul to New York. So, without further ado, let's head to the bus station. Gonna miss this view for sure. So beautiful. That ended up being a much longer walk than I expected, but nonetheless, got some snacks. Our bags are in there. 5 hours to Tirana. 5 hours later, we're back in Tirana. We're gonna go get a pizza and then head to the airport. When we were first in Tirana, we stopped here to get a pizza, but it was like, we had like 15 minutes to get to our bus to Saranda, so this time we actually get to relax and enjoy pizza before we head to the airport. It's like currently like 3:30 in the afternoon and our flight leaves at 7. We're about 15 minutes from the airport, so it shouldn't take us super long to get there. We're just gonna eat and then go over there and get a taxi and then head to the airport. I am excited. What did you get?
Diavola. It's like a spicy salami.
Looks good. Quick pizza and we are off to the airport. Things are so reasonably priced here. Those 2 pizzas and 2 waters were only $8.40, so really good deal. And now I have to negotiate with the taxi driver how much he is going to allow me to pay him for a 15-minute drive. I didn't know the negotiation thing was a thing here until our Airbnb host in Saranda told me that. So I'm gonna figure out how much we're gonna pay, and hopefully we'll be at the airport within the next half hour. Made it to the airport and we agreed on 1,500 lek, which came out to be $15. And now time to check our bags, go through security, and hopefully find a coffee shop to wait because we have like 2 hours until we board, and I need a coffee. Currently 4:41, well now 4:42 in the afternoon, and our flight boards at 6:35. So I mean there's no baggage drop or anybody here, and then there's a line forming, so I don't know. I've never seen like a baggage drop this late before a flight, but hopefully someone shows up because it's like under 2 hours until it leaves, but I guess we'll see. Gotta check these and then go through passport control, and yep. One thing that I love about certain airports is certain ones have an outdoor area in the terminal, like post security, and this is one of them. We're in like a little cafe sitting outside in the mountains, and we just ordered 2 coffees, and I think we have like an hour and a half until we board to go to Kiev. Passport control and everything went really smoothly. I want to thank Albania in general, all the Albanian people, for a really wonderful stay. You guys have an amazing country, and if you're not Albanian and you're watching this, I highly, highly recommend you come here and visit. It's a great country, very hospitable people. All around it's just beautiful. There's mountains, there's countryside, and there's sea, and I highly recommend you come here. You ready to go?
Yep.
After 2 hours, we're back here in Kiev. Interesting flight. The flight itself was smooth, but the couple in front of us, you can put 2 and 2 together, but it was mildly disturbing to witness in person. But other than that, we are here in Kiev, gonna hop in an Uber, go to a hostel downtown, and then wake up in the morning and head to Istanbul. What'd you think?
Other than that couple, it was pretty good. Just ready for bed.
I think we're both ready for bed. It's been a super long day. Gonna go get an Uber, which is nice to have Uber again. No shade to any of my Albanian viewers, but I'm hyped that I can easily put in the location I want to go. and there's a fixed price. Without further ado, let's go to Kiev. Made it to the hostel here in Kiev. Gonna go to bed. Have to get up very early in the morning. It's almost 1 in the morning right now. Have to get up at about 6:30, head to the airport, and then we're flying to Istanbul and then on to New York City. This isn't bad. It's a complete mess with our stuff, but this and then this bed here, our private room, we paid about $18 US for 1 night, so very good rate, and everything's clean and stuff. So without further ado, I'm gonna go to bed. I'll see you guys in 3, 2, 1. Good morning, everybody. After about 5 hours-ish of sleep, we are off to the airport. Got about a 35-minute drive. How'd you sleep, Lindsay?
Not good.
Yeah, I barely slept, but got a long day ahead of us to go to New York, so hopefully there'll be some coffee ready for us at the airport and some breakfast too. Just got to the airport and look at this line to get in. There's an even worse line on the other side, but thankfully our Uber driver drove us farther down, and yeah, I'm so tired. And I think people are showing documents. I don't know what documents I have to show, but I guess we're gonna see when we get in there. Now we are waiting to check our bag. You can see a bit of a long line. And then we'll be on our way to Istanbul. Interesting that they require you to show a boarding pass to get into the building in general. And I didn't even have a boarding pass. The woman's like, passengers only. I'm like, exactly, I'm trying to check into the flight. Like, you get the boarding pass after you check in, because I didn't check in online. And so I ended up just showing my Sky Up boarding pass that I had from yesterday. But I don't understand how you're supposed to get in if you haven't checked in online. It just doesn't even make any, oh, my backpack fell. It just doesn't even make any logical sense to me, like, but either way. We're gonna check in and then we will head to Istanbul. 30 minutes later, bags are checked, on to JFK, and now we're gonna get some food, then board our flight to Istanbul. And I think that flight is about 1 hour and 45 minutes, 2-hour layover, then 10.5 hours to JFK. How are you feeling?
10.5 hours.
Yeah, 10.5 hours, it's gonna be long, but either way, hopefully there's some good food here. This is my first time flying internationally from Kiev, because both times we've been to the airport in Kiev, we've been arriving, so it's kind of cool to have a departure, so yeah. In typical Lindsay and Garrett fashion, we are about to be late for boarding, but we did eat, so clearly you know our priorities here. We got the coffee, had 2 sandwiches, and then Lindsay had a piece of, was that like apple pie?
Something like that.
So, yeah, typical us, late, but we got food. Hour and 45 minutes later, made it to Istanbul. Have about 2 hours here, then we're off to JFK. So we flew a 787 here from Kiev, and Lindsay is a huge 787 fan.
Most legroom I've ever had, ever.
Yeah, it's really good on the 900 compared to the 777, which we flew from JFK to Istanbul. We're about to take back to JFK. The legroom comparison is like night and day, but either way, Turkish in general is really good. I highly recommend them actually. If you're in this region of the world or you just want to come to Turkey, I would totally recommend it. And no shade to my low-cost airline friends, but it is very nice to be on a legacy carrier again and to have drink service and stuff that you don't have to pay for. You don't have to pay a fortune for bags, so it's awesome. But actually, yesterday when we were in Tirana, somehow the lady never charged me for our bags on Sky Up, which is 25 euros per bag. And I was like, She like walked away after she checked us in. I was like, are we good? She's like, good. So we didn't pay anything. So that was nice. But either way, I think we're on our way to transfers, and then hopefully get a coffee and relax a little bit before our flight. We just had some lunch, and we have about 10 minutes until we board, and we are in the food court, as always, running late. And then we're gonna leave. Lindsay's in the bathroom right now. We're gonna go board and head to JFK. I'm super ready to get this flight over with. 10 and a half, long clip, but should be all right. It's an all-day flight. We're leaving here at 2:30, get to JFK at 6:30, so it's not bad. And then, yeah, we'll be staying the night in New York. Come on, honey, keep up. Keep up.
Shut up.
Fast. Made it on board. Super extensive security check. Took us about 40 minutes to get through. And yeah, the legroom's pretty good. Give you that same hygiene kit as when we left JFK. Headphones. And the blanket, which is for my feet. Then you got this cool entertainment system, which I'll show you guys later, because apparently there's an announcement. Let's go to JFK. Back on the ground in JFK, starting right where we stopped. What?
Powdered sugar.
She had powdered sugar on her shirt. She just had a donut. And I got my iced coffee here. She's got her
Chai.
Chai. Is that a chai?
Of course.
Always a chai. And we're gonna head to, oh, let me pull on that. And we're about to hop in an Uber and head to the Airbnb. And yeah, passport control went good. And I have to tell you guys about mobile passport when I get there. Let's do it. Made it to the Airbnb. I'm absolutely ruined. I'm so tired. We've been up for like a day straight. About to sleep for like 12 hours, but before I go, I wanted to let you guys know about the mobile passport app. This is not an ad, I'm not sponsored, none of that. This is just a huge travel tip for US citizens. Sorry for my foreign viewers, but if you're a US citizen entering the United States, download the app called Mobile Passport. And what it's going to do is you enter your passport information and your port of entry prior to you arriving back into the United States, and it'll save you a ton of time because you can take the mobile passport line when you go through passport control and you have all your stuff already filled out on your phone, and it's like a 5-minute process. We skipped like a 45 to probably hour line today at JFK just by having that app, and it's simple, it's free, it's easy. Mobile passport, download it. It's a huge travel hack, and I highly recommend that. With that being said, gonna head to bed. Very, very long day wherever you are in the world. Saying goodnight from New York City, USA. See you guys later. Bye.